Hello, hello, hello. I can't tell if anyone is here because I forgot this new Wirecast doesn't work as well as it used to. Hi, I am Chris Adams, coming to you live from. I am still working, which is good. I hope other people I know that are not able to, and I know that this time is a very serious time. It's going to be very tough for a lot of people, um, and I'm okay with that because. I know that we have to pull through this as a group, and I hope. See, I'm a more hopeful person. I'm also religious, which I don't talk about much, but I am. I do believe in God, and it's provided me a sense of comfort that I don't know if everybody has, and I hope to at least impart that on you. Um, in that I know things seem bad, right? Especially right now, especially with everyone work stopping, the economy is basically shut down worldwide over a virus that is it's working its way through America now. Luckily, in China, it's going down, and in Korea, it's gone down. So as bad as it seems, I know, and it is bad, especially right now because people are panicking. I'm more worried about the fear than the actual disease, but people are panicking, and I think that right now we need to pull together as a community, as a group of people. And I've been seeing a lot of positive things on Facebook with comics pulling together to do shows digitally, and I think that's great. We need to just start doing more things. We can be the entertainment to people that desperately need it right now because some people, they're stuck in their houses all day with their family members and loved ones getting a little cabin fever, and I understand that very much. I had that as well, and that's why I was like, well, I'm going to take an Uber, and luckily, a lot of comics want to still do podcasts, so I will be producing a show for Ian Bag later at around noon, and um, positive note: the stores are going to remain open during this whole thing. So even if everyone has to stay inside for some of this, the stores will be open, and I just hope people stop panic buying everything. It's a bit annoying, It's like this must be your first crisis. I've been through a lot worse in the days in my past. I talk about it a lot on stage, but I'm going to talk about it right now for real. No jokes, just the way it as best as memory can serve, the way it happened. I talk about being born on heroin. I was born addicted to heroin. 1 pound 7 ounces, so I nearly died at birth, actually. And my mother has told me that day. I don't obviously don't remember this, but she said I was her little miracle because I was on a breathing tube, and in her words, I don't know if this is true because again, I was there, but I wasn't there. I pulled it out, and I breathed on my own, which I mean, it's a good story. And then I know after that, things didn't get great because my mom still liked heroin, so I got taken away from her, and I didn't realize that until many years later, actually. But my first memory that I still have was in a foster home and not with my mother, which is an odd realization later. You're like, oh, the first memory I have is not even with my own mom. And so I look at these things and I go, that was a challenge. We were in and out of places. I never had a home to live in for most of my the first 9 years of my life. We'd move constantly. I never had things, so if I had anything, I just know that it would just be abandoned at any moment because we would have to leave in the middle of the night because who knows, we'd get kicked out and we'd have to go sleep on the streets at times. Or luckily, we had a car at during some of the worst of it. We had a car, so it wasn't terrible. I've learned to learn how to to scavenge and scavenge, not scavenge. I just combined two words. I haven't been sleeping well because I know everybody else is freaking out, and I'm very empathetic, and it bothers me because I do feel a lot of people's distress, and it's very frustrating at times, and it's very like, oh, I wish I could calm you all down, but I can't. Not even allowed to go near you. Not by law, though, luckily. And they would have to shoot me dead if they wanted to prevent me from actually getting out of my studio apartment. Like, I'm gonna get out and walk around. I avoid crowds, obviously. I'm an introvert anyway. But it's funny because you avoid crowds and then you go, everyone's at the supermarket and you're like, we've already got the corona. But so anyway, back to the story. So I from there I went, like, we be in and out of different places, and my mom would I mean I'd watch her shoot heroin every day. It's a memory now that I have. I know the smell of it. I know what it looks like burning on a spoon. Something that's permanently in my mind, and that sweet, sickly. I hate the smell, but yeah. So she would do that all the time, and things got better. I would say we got out of the homelessness. She did end up, becoming a prostitute, so that wasn't great. Wasn't awesome. Because I actually went with her on one of the dates, which I talk about a little bit in my act, because I want to be honest. And I want people to know, like, hey, this really happened, and I know because I was in the next room. I mean, she's not a monster, it was in the next room. But I remember these memories, and then going on bumper car rides with the guy afterwards, and I have a joke about that. But all of these things, and being taken away from my mom when the police arrested her. I remember that, that sadness and that fear that I had then. Or when my mom got into an argument with my stepdad, who pimped her out, who I still hate to this day, but I try to not let that define me. When he beat her so bad that the ambulance came and I rode with her to the hospital and she was in intensive care. I remember all of these things because in times like these, I want to be the strength, I suppose, of to other people, that things are bad, they are horrible, but you never know how things are going to work out for you, and it can work out for the better, even during the darkest times. There's always light, and that's why it's like important now to stay close to your family, stay close to your friends, pull together with neighbors you don't even know. Start saying hello. I need to do that. I'm not good at it. Even the ones I do say hello to, I'm not great, but I'm going to start doing that more, because a disease like this can't pull us apart as a society. I know it stopped the world, but it should not pull us apart as a society. That's not what is right, and that's not what will happen. We're going to pull together. We're going to get through it. Again, I have positive news. Like, I'm looking at what's happening in Korea and other places. Yeah, Italy looks crazy, but they have a lot of old people. So unfortunately, it's scary over there, and we have a lot of old and sickly over here. A lot of people don't take care of themselves. Maybe hopefully this will teach people to, like, hey, let's maybe stop eating so much fast food. Start eating at home. I think there's going to be positives out of this whole thing by the end of it, and that's my message. I know things are dark for some people, and I know times seem rough, seem at their worst, but if we can laugh, we win. So I want to thank you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And tune in at noon when we do a more funny show. This is just more of a serious show. I just wanted to say something to people. I've been I've been cooped up at work, other than when I went to go shopping, and luckily there's still food. It's not empty everywhere. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thank you so much.